Get comfortable with English and comfort. This is your English listening practice podcast to help you learn and improve naturally.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your cozy corner for learning English. I'm Mark.
And I'm Leah. Grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's have a really good chat. Today, we're talking about a feeling we all know too well.
Right. Imagine this. Your heart is pounding because someone just asked you a really simple question in English. Maybe they just smiled and said, "How was your weekend?"
Just a friendly question.
Friendly, yes. But suddenly you freeze. You turn into a stone statue. Every single English word you ever learned completely vanishes from your brain.
Just gone.
Gone. You want to answer them, but nothing comes out.
Yeah, your hands might get a little sweaty. You feel your face get really hot. You just want to run away. And, if you are listening to this right now, and you know that terrible feeling, please hear this. You are absolutely not alone.
Not at all.
Millions of intelligent, capable adults experience this exact same panic every single day.
Every day. And today, we're going to unpack why this panic happens. Our mission is to share real experiences and secrets to help you overcome that fear. We want you to stop worrying and start speaking with real confidence. Because the truth is, you study hard, you read well, you understand the grammar rules. But speaking feels like a completely different world.
It does. It feels different because of the pressure. We need to look at exactly why our brains freeze up like that.
So, why does that happen?
Well, it usually happens because we carry this false belief from our school days. When we are young and sitting in a classroom, English is a test. We think a teacher is always watching us with a red pen, waiting to circle our mistakes.
Exactly. Waiting to give us a bad grade. And we carry that feeling into the real world. So when we speak to a colleague or a stranger at a coffee shop, we feel like we are on trial. We think the other person is silently judging our grammar. We think they are counting every single time we use the wrong verb tense.
Which means we are operating under extreme stress. Our brain actually believes it is in danger.
But the flip side of that fear is remembering what language actually is. Language is not a test. It is simply a bridge.
A bridge, I like that.
The person talking to you is not a judge. They are just another human being trying to connect with you. They want to walk across that bridge to understand your ideas.
Right? So if the real problem is that we feel judged on this invisible test, how do we stop feeling that heavy pressure?
That's the big question.
I think the first step is to change who is taking the test. This is a personal strategy I use, and it brings us to our very first secret. Today, you need to create an English character.
An English character?
Yeah, the psychology behind this is so fascinating. Just think about famous actors. When an actor puts on a costume and walks onto a movie set, they do not feel shy. They can do wild, embarrassing things in front of hundreds of people because they are protected by the character.
Right. They tell themselves, "That was not me doing those silly things. That was the character I was playing." So their ego is safe.
Yes. And when you speak your native language, you are just you. You are comfortable in your own skin. But when you step onto that bridge to speak English, I want you to put on a new character. You invent an English character for yourself. You imagine putting on a confident suit or a brave mask.
But wait, I have to push back on this a little bit. If I do this at my office, won't my coworkers think I'm being fake? I still want to be authentic. I want to be myself, just in a different language.
That is a very normal worry. but you are not faking your true personality. You are still sharing your real thoughts, your real opinions, and your real humor. You are just wearing a psychological shield. By putting on this character, you distance your feelings from your mistakes. So, if your English character uses the wrong preposition, your brain does not feel deeply embarrassed because the character made the mistake.
I see. It turns a scary test into a fun game. And I find this changes how we use our bodies too. When I imagine stepping into a confident character, my physical posture changes automatically.
Physical posture is a huge part of this secret. Our bodies actually tell our brains how to feel. If you stand with your shoulders forward and you're looking at the floor, your brain releases stress chemicals.
That's insane.
I know, right? But if you give your English character a loud, strong voice and you stand up straight, you actually change your brain chemistry. Even if you are terrified inside, your character stands tall.
Okay, so you have stepped into your new English character. You are standing tall, your shoulders are back. You are ready. But then the other person asks a really fast question, and there is silence. That quiet space after a question is terrifying. Your character suddenly freezes. How do we prevent that silence from breaking the illusion?
Ah, yes. The fear of silence is our second big hurdle. And this brings us to our next secret. You must learn how to buy time.
To buy time.
Yeah? We have this false idea that fluent native speakers answer every question in 0 seconds. We think we need to be very fast machines. But confident speakers do not rush. They pause, they breathe, they use time buyer phrases.
I actually notice politicians doing this all the time on TV. A reporter will ask a difficult question, and the politician will say, "I'm really glad you asked that question today."
Perfect example. They're not answering the question yet. They're just giving their brain 3 seconds to search for the right words.
Is that what we should be doing?
Exactly. A time buyer phrase is just a simple sentence you know perfectly. While your mouth is saying these easy words automatically, your brain has 3 extra seconds to search its filing cabinets for the right vocabulary.
Let's see how this works in real life.
If I hit you with a tough question right now, like, why is the new project 3 weeks late? What is your instant reaction?
I usually panic. I feel pressure to answer right away, so I probably say, well, the reason is, and I just feel small and nervous.
Let's try it again. Same question, but this time do not answer me right away. Use a time buyer phrase. Look at me, take your time, and just give your brain a moment to breathe. Ready? Why is the new project 3 weeks late?
That is a very interesting question. The reason is that our supplier had a delay last week.
See how different that feels? It instantly diffuses the tension between us. You look incredibly calm and in control. And inside your head, you had a whole 3 seconds to find the word supplier.
I did. It gave me the space I needed. Let's actually practice this so it becomes a habit. We are going to share 3 time buyer phrases. I want you, the listener, to say them out loud with us right now. Here is the first one. That is a very interesting question. Say it with me. That is a very interesting question.
Perfect. Try it one more time, nice and loud. That is a very interesting question.
Great job. Here's a second phrase. This one is very casual, perfect for talking with friends or coworkers. Well, let me think about that for a second. Try it out loud right now. Well, let me think about that for a second.
I use that one all the time.
And here's the third phrase. This is a great way to start sharing your honest opinion. To be honest with you. Say it with me. To be honest with you. Perfect. Now you have bought your 3 seconds. But I notice another physical habit when people are searching for words. Where are their eyes looking most of the time? They look straight up at the ceiling.
They look at the sky, or they stare down at their shoes. This is a very common reflex, and it actually leads to our third secret. Stop focusing on the rules and focus entirely on the face of the person in front of you.
It is so true. When I see someone looking up at the ceiling, I know exactly what they're doing. They are searching for this invisible grammar book. In their mind, they are thinking, wait, is it the present perfect tense? Do I say in the desk or on the desk?
We need to explain why looking at the ceiling is actually hurting your ability to speak. When you look away to search for a grammar rule, you shift your brain into analytical mode. Analytical mode solves difficult math problems. It requires a lot of energy, it is very slow, and it causes stress.
But when you look at the other person's face, you keep your brain in social mode.
Yes. When you maintain eye contact, you activate copying cells in your brain. They naturally promote empathy and social connection. When you look at a friendly face, your brain feels safer. The stress goes down. You realize you're just talking to a human, not a math test.
Let's use a simple example. Imagine you are a tourist in a new city, but suddenly you are very lost. It is raining and you really need to find the train station. You stop a local person on the street and ask for help.
And the local person smiles and helps you. They tell you how to find the train station. But their English grammar is terrible. They use the wrong verbs. Let me ask you, do you care? Are you angry with them for making grammar mistakes?
No, not at all. I am cold, wet, and lost. I am just so happy that they stopped to help me. I don't care about their grammar. I just want to know where the train is.
Which means we need to stop assuming that other people care about our grammar. If you are lost in the rain, you value the connection, not the perfection. When you speak English to someone, they just want to hear your ideas. The grammar police are not going to arrest you.
That shifts the perspective completely. Just look into their eyes, smile, and share your message. Your message is so much more important than your mistakes. But we have to be realistic. Sometimes you put on your brave character, you use a time-buyer phrase, but the other person speaks way too fast. What do you do when you are completely lost?
This is where you need a backup plan. And that is our fourth and final secret. You need to build your safety net. Think about driving a car. When a dog suddenly runs into the street, you do not stop to think about where the brake pedal is. Your foot automatically hits the brake. It is a reflex. You need automated reflexes for English conversations.
That is so true. A lot of learners think they need to memorize 10,000 words to be a confident speaker. They try to carry a huge dictionary in their head. But you just need a safety net of a few strong, perfect sentences. These are sentences you know so well, it is pure muscle memory.
If you feel like you are drowning in a conversation, these phrases are your life jacket. Let's do a quick practice. Imagine we are having a casual chat about a movie we just watched. I will intentionally use some difficult words. Ready?
Ready.
I thought the movie was really fascinating, especially the cinematography in the second act. Didn't you?
I completely agree with you.
Right, but the ending was a little bit ambiguous. What did you think about the director's choice?
I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time, please?
Oh, sure. What did you think of the ending?
Notice how smooth that was? It felt like a completely natural conversation between friends. Knowing you have these reflex phrases ready means you will never be trapped. Let's practice building this net right now. First, we need a strong, friendly greeting. Say it out loud. Hi, it is so great to meet you. Now for the second phrase. This is your strong agreement phrase. The phrase is, I completely agree with you. Try it with me. I completely agree with you. And finally, the most important phrase of all, your rescue phrase. When the other person speaks too fast, do not panic. Just smile and use this. I'm sorry, could you say that one more time, please? Let's say it out loud. I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time, please? And now you have a safety net in your pocket forever. Confidence is not a magical gift. It is a choice you make even before you open your mouth. Now, let's quickly review some of the new words and phrases from today's talk.
Great idea. First is the phrase, freeze up. When you freeze up, your brain and body suddenly stop working because you feel scared or nervous.
Next is the word authentic. Authentic means being real and true to yourself. You are not faking who you are.
We also talked about your posture. Posture is just the way you hold your body, like standing up straight with your shoulders back.
Then we use the phrase, buy time. To buy time means saying a simple phrase to give yourself a few extra seconds to think before you answer.
We also talked about a safety net. A safety net is your backup plan. In English, it is a phrase you know perfectly to rescue yourself when you don't understand.
And finally, diffuse the tension. This means making a stressful situation feel calm and relaxed.
Excellent. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one final thought. Think about when you speak your native language. Imagine it is a Friday night. You have worked a long, hard week and you are very tired.
When I am tired, I make mistakes in my native language all the time. I forget words. I mix up my stories.
We all do. Does your family judge you?
No,
Do your friends hold up a red pen and give you a bad grade?
definitely not.
No, they just listen to your story. So here is a thought. If absolute perfection is not required in your home language, why should you demand absolute perfection from yourself in a brand new language?
That is a powerful point. We are so hard on ourselves.
We really are. Let go of the need to be perfect. Throw away the imaginary red pen. Step onto the bridge. Look at the person in front of you and just connect.
Thank you so much for listening today. For more topics and talks designed to help you improve your English listening and speaking skills, make sure to subscribe.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care, everyone.